A couple of seconds. Okay, we've got 4 people watching. Hi, Matteo. Forgot to put my headphones on. I usually have my mic, and today I decided to have these cool gamer headphones. I'm not a gamer, but I found these really useful. Hi, Matteo. How are you doing? Good to see you. Who else is with us today? Let's give it a couple of minutes and then see who's going to join us. So, Matteo, as you're here, how has life changed for you in the last few days? Like with the kind of new freedoms that we've got. Have you been going out? Hi, Pier Francesco. How are you doing? And what about you, Pier Francesco? Have you been going out more, enjoying more free, like your newly re-won freedom? Ilaria, always lovely to see you. How are you? And how's life with you? How's everyone? So today I spent about 8 hours in the park with my daughters, which was amazing. And there were so many people. And it was really strange, you know, like seeing so many people out and about, and lots of kids, lots of young people, people with dogs, people with children, etc. The only people you didn't see really are elderly people. Okay, so they weren't much out and about, but everyone else seemed to be very much like enjoying the sunshine. So Roberta, hi Roberta, how are you? And Antonella, always great to see you. And Federico, Michela, and Vincenzo, like I get to see Vincenzo more often because he sometimes checks me out on another channel. So great to see you here as well. So how's everyone? Let's just kick tonight off just by having like a little chat. By the way, if anyone would like to appear on this live streaming, like even just by voice, you can click on this link that I've just posted, and then I can put you on and we can have like a real chat. You would just need some headphones, just like I've got. Like these headphones would be fine. So we've got Daniela. Hi, Daniela Montanini. How are you doing? Giuseppe and Rossella as well. Great to have you here. You had messaged me, if I remember correctly, like there was a Rossella, I just can't remember the surname. Gabriela, always great to see you. And Matilda, great to have you as well. And Mirella. So I think, and Paolo, I think I've said hi to everyone now. So question to everyone. First of all, I've posted the link for the show. So if anyone wants to be online and you want to have like a real chat, either by just appearing like over a voice call or with a video, it's up to you. You can click on the link that I've posted. The only thing that you would need is a headphone to avoid an echo. That's all. And hi Matteo, and hi Angela. So and Giuseppe. So how's everyone doing? What have you been doing recently that you hadn't done in the past 2 months? So I was just saying that today I went with my girls to the park at maybe like 11. We went to the park and it was lovely. And we found when we got to the park that they did actually let you sit on the grass, like on the lawn, which last time they didn't allow us to do. And there were lots of people on the lawn. So we were there, and then like it was very nice and we enjoyed it. So we went to the supermarket, bought lots of things, and then did a picnic. And then the picnic became like, okay, we'll stay for the afternoon. And we got home, it was like 7:30. So we kind of like chilled for more than 8 hours in the local park, which was really nice. So what about you guys? What have you been up to? Has anything changed for you? Hi, yeah, Francesco, I think is another one via YouTube. So have you been doing like, lots of outdoors? Have you been anywhere nice? Have you visited anyone that you hadn't seen for a while? Let me know. and then we'll start playing Taboo, which everyone likes. Okay, so Daniela, you saying chill. So chill with dog. Yeah. Did I get it? I can never read these things. Hi, okay, Daniela as well. Okay, so Daniela, are you on YouTube and on Facebook? Daniela Montanini. So, okay, if everyone, I'm gonna wait for your comments. I can't see anyone's kind of saying what you've been up to. Okay, so Rosella is saying you were the Rosella that we messaged. Okay, so in this case, let's get started with some game of Taboo, but I will keep an eye on your comments in case someone does say what you've been up to recently that you hadn't been doing before. Okay, so let's see. This first word is something that you could have in the kitchen, or you could have it in the bathroom. It's after you've washed your fingers, then you can use it, and you don't really then you throw it away after that. What is it? It won't let you comment. Oh, that's very strange. Okay, so Daniela, I'm not sure why it wouldn't let you comment on YouTube. That's annoying. Okay, so I'm not sure why that is. I'll have to check, because sometimes when I schedule these live streamings on this separate software, I have to go back to YouTube by hand and manually change it to say allow chat. So that's annoying. Okay, so Mirella is saying, I've been outdoors in the mountains in Abruzzo. That's really great. I would love to go to the mountains. So I bet you're enjoying that. So that's good. Good for you. Daniela saying you've tried to message on YouTube and that hasn't worked. I'm not sure why it does that. So I need to. Oh, we've got Anto who's joined us. That's good. I'm going to put you live in a minute. That's brilliant. Okay, just looking here. So for the answer to my question, Daniela, you spot on. It's a towel, but what kind of towel that you can just dispose of later? Not very environmentally friendly, but very hygienic. Yes, Michaela is saying that. Michaela is saying paper towel. So this is the word. Okay, so very good. And Vincenzo's had a haircut. Congratulations. It's so funny. So many guys, recently you look at them and their hair's like that. And so I think the lockdown has been more kind on the women, because our hair can just grow down, and guys' hair just tends to grow I don't know, against gravity in another way. Okay, we've got Antush. I'm not sure if it's Antonella, so I'll just put her on the show, and we'll start chatting. Good evening to you. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
So lovely to have you.
Me too. Me too.
Great. It's great to have you.
Yeah. So I tried.
So where are you from? So you're Antonella?
Yeah, Antonella, right.
It's perfect. I think it's better than mine. My light is too strong.
No, the wrinkles.
So where are you from, Antonella?
Modena.
No, well, we try not to.
Let's see.
You're from Modena?
Yes, I'm living at 1 hour from Bologna. You know this area? Good for food.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Milan, so we're close. We're close enough. Yeah. And so how long have you been interested in the English language?
Since very long time. I studied at school when I was a kid many years ago, and I'm still trying to improve my pronunciation, my skills, my English skills. I found you.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. I found you on Facebook more than 1 month ago during the lockdown. It was great, It's helping me a lot, really.
Good.
Pronunciation for chatting. I'm following you with my heart.
Brilliant. That's really good to hear. Did you hear, guys?
Yeah.
Follow Antonella's example.
No, absolutely. It's helpful to me. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I like making these videos. I like making the short videos, the quick tips, etc. So they're good. Hold on, my daughters have just. Can I help? Okay, mommy will come when I finish the lesson. Yeah, you go. they're like, they love to have the iPad, and they can only have the iPad when I'm online. So like, can I have the iPad now? So
can they speak English and Italian, both languages?
Yeah. So so my eldest was born in London. She's now 7.5, and she's really good. The smaller one, like, until recently, she was very resistant, and she was like, "Oh, but I'm Italian, And then one day she said to me, "Mommy, I'll teach you Italian." Because
kids are shy to speak another language, no?
Yeah. She's like, I'm Italian, so I should be speaking Italian. And then I explained to her how important English is. And now, like, since the lockdown, they're very interested in, like, doing English, etc. So I do like some lessons for them now, which before I didn't. Like, before, I would speak to them like English at set times in the day, like at dinner or when we were brushing our teeth. And now it's like, okay, now try to speak English back. So because they speak Italian. Yeah. Because before, I just wanted them to be like, Italian, just like other Italian kids. And when their Italian was like on the same level as other Italian kids, then, I thought, okay, now we can bring in the English language.
Not Arabic.
What about you? Yeah, well, the older one, I speak Arabic to her. She doesn't speak it back. They find it so difficult. And they only hear it from me. You're like, no one else. My family is in Germany. So when I speak to my family, I speak German to my family. I don't speak Arabic to her. So it's like many different.
A lot of confusion.
A lot of confusion. Yeah. So
I found you the other channel with my boyfriend. He is Arabic. He's from Morocco.
The Moroccan. So you wrote to me. Yeah, on Instagram.
Right. And he told me that you have a great pronunciation in Arabic. Unfortunately, I can't speak any word, and he didn't teach me. Even
and his Arabic is very different from mine. His Arabic
I know.
Is very, very different.
But
and also, go ahead.
No. He said that your pronunciation is better than the one usually found with his friends from Morocco.
Oh, that's good. I mean, like as I said on Friday when I went live, I don't know if you followed here. Was it Friday? I can't remember. Maybe Monday.
Friday.
I didn't. I for a long time I didn't speak Arabic at all. Like not even, I couldn't say one sentence. And then I rediscovered it when I was at university in the UK, and I kind of like thought it was such a shame to lose it completely. And then when I started doing my channel, this is when I like really developed my Arabic. So I always use it as an example on my Arabic channel. I say, go back to my first videos and see how bad my Arabic was. And look now, I'm like now really fluent. So if you use language, you're going to really become proficient in it. So what about you? Do you use like English at work?
I'm using English for my work. I work for foreign company. I mean, not foreign company. I'm working for an Italian company, but I'm in charge for export. It means that I'm forced to use the language. And it depends. I mean, I used to speak with not native English speakers. That is easier to understand. I mean, I understand you perfectly, but maybe as you are a teacher and you try to use a slow.
I try because I'm a fast speaker by nature, so I have to constantly remind myself to slow down. But like this thing. It's interesting because lots of people, like find other foreigners much easier to understand than native speakers. So I worked at the University of London for a long time, and that's what international students would always say. I understand other international students, but I don't understand local students.
British accent is to me is a little bit difficult. It's easier to understand American accent, even they hit the words, because English, but easier to understand. It depends. If people from UK speak so slowly, I can understand. Otherwise, it depends. It depends on the topic.
No, I agree. It also depends on when the UK they're from. Because also, like, the UK accent, you hear the BBC, which is very different to how people speak in like real life. So when you go to the UK for the first time and you hear the real local accent, like even in London, people are like, whoa, that's not what I expected English to be.
I lived in Brighton for a while after school. I had an experience trying to improve my English. When I arrived, nobody understood me. Anyone, no one. But anyway, it was a great experience. Yeah.
Excellent. So Brighton is one of the typical cities that people go to learn English. It's a nice city by the sea. So very kind of
nice,
etc.
Right.
Great. Well, we've got some comments. We've got Matteo, because I asked earlier what everyone's been up to. Matteo's been he's going to meet two friends tomorrow, dinner at home. I'm invited. Good. I'll send me the address later. Thank you, Matteo. We have Matilda saying we have this weekend the first motorbike. Okay, you're gonna like go for a spin on your bike, which is great. So she's a biker, Matilda. That's impressive. And Vincenzo is asking what language I think and dream in. I don't really know. Like when I think, it depends. You know, like when you have a conversation in your head with someone and you think, oh, then I'm going to tell him this and he's going to tell me that. It depends on the person. If he's Italian, it's going to be Italian. If he's English, it's going to be English. So it's very, very... The funny thing is sometimes there's some words that I know in only one language because I learned it in that language and I never learned it in any of the other languages. And then some words like I know in everything, which is very, very bizarre. Yeah. So let's see. Rogero is saying, should always speak English to your kids. They still don't understand the luck that happened to them having a native English speaking mother. But one day, this is exactly, Rogero, what I keep telling them. I keep because also they love YouTube and they, they want to do lots of things, etc. And I always tell them, if you speak English, you can do lots and lots and lots of things and impact many more people if you speak English than if you just speak, I don't know, Italian or German, then obviously your impact is going to be much more localized compared to if you speak English. So I think they get that. And Stefania is going to the hairstylist on Monday. Isn't it funny how hairdressers are now open on Monday? Because I know someone else had a haircut on Monday. I thought, there you go. Okay, so just one last comment from Roberta. Very often English is a sort of Esperanto. Exactly, it's used without the correct grammar and correct word. That is so true. And this is why, I always say to people, English doesn't really belong to anyone. Some people think English belongs to, I don't know, the Americans or the British, or you have to speak like them in order to, be a proficient speaker of English. But what we forget is that the majority of speakers of English in the world are not native speakers. They're, they have English as a second or a third language. So is that your dog in the background? Yeah. Or so is that your dog? Do you have a dog, Antonella?
No.
It's your dog?
No. What did you say? No, I have two cats. But
I had
it's a little bit fat. Maybe it seems a dog, but it's a cat.
Really?
10 kilograms.
Wow, that's a big dog. That's a big cat. Hello! If my daughter see her, they'll go crazy. Today in the park, there was a big fat cat on someone's shoulder. He or she was huge, and it was it had a leash as well. And so my daughters were like, "Oh, I've never seen a cat on a leash." That was also standing on someone's shoulder.
Oh, good.
Funny.
Okay, so any cat or dog? Sorry.
No, so they want a pet, my daughters, and I keep telling them when they grow up and they have their own flat, they can have
one. Okay.
So I love animals, but I find it difficult to have them in the house. It's just just habit. When I was little, we had we had a cat for 2 months, and then my mom got rid of it because my mom was very obsessed with cleanliness and everything. So I'm kind of, until now, I'm okay, no animals. I blame it on my mom. So, but it's hard because kids love animals and they would love one.
Yeah, sure.
And today they told me, again, when they see the cats, they're like, why can't we have a cat? Then I always say, when we live in the countryside and we have a big garden, you can have
More than one.
Yeah. You see, like Pia Francesca is also asking, the cat barks, because we heard we had a dog barking, but it may be the neighbor. We'll blame it on the neighbors.
Probably.
So let's play Taboo.
Oh my God, I'm not good.
Will be Antonella against everyone else.
Oh my God.
No, but let's see. It's everyone else against Antonella or something like that. We'll see.
Okay.
So, let's think about, okay, so this is someone going into a ship that goes high into the sky and then they go to another planet. Who are they? What is their job?
Astronaut. No?
Yeah. 1 point to Antonella, 0 to everyone else. That was easy. Okay. Okay, let's see if anyone knows this one. This is like very local knowledge in the UK. Like you have to have lived in the UK to know it. Even like I don't know if you would even know it like after a few weeks. So if you want to ride something that has 4 wheels, so it's not a bicycle, you upgrade, more complicated than a bicycle with 4 wheels. When you're 18, you get a license to have a vehicle that has 4 wheels. Car, okay. So if you have just begun doing this, like taking the car, then what are you? You're like right at the beginning. You still don't know exactly how to do it. You are still like now, for example, what are we doing with the English language? They say you something new every day.
Trainer? Beginner?
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So you're a beginner. If you're a beginner, you have like sometimes people in their car, they show like a specific, like something that's written to tell other people that they are a beginner. So to warn them. And it has like a specific name. Think about someone. So I teach and you
learn. Try to learn.
So the first word is the first word in learn. The first letter, is
L.
And now think about the license on the car, the number on the car. How do we call that? In the back and in the front.
Oh, I don't remember really.
I described it so bad. Everyone's saying quad. I meant the car. But yeah, the way I described it, maybe they think it's
license plate. No.
Good.
Really? Good.
Get rid of license and put the letter that we just said in front of the word that you just said. So not license plate, but the letter for teacher.
Oh my God.
It's also the first letter in license. No, it's the first letter in license is what?
Car license?
The first letter. No, the first letter in the word license.
Yeah.
The first letter is what?
L.
L. And now L. And the second word? You just said license plate.
Plate. Oh my God.
Yeah, no. L plate.
Oh, good.
I described it so badly. It's the L plate.
No, I'm a terrible gamer.
Is it like the P plate in Italy? Yeah, we have like principiante P plate.
Sì, principiante.
Yeah. So like the first time I saw the P plate in Italy, I thought it's for parking. I thought, P plate. And then I learned. It's for principiante. Okay, so that's good. That's 2-0 for our Antonella. Okay, so this is good. This is when you have a visitor and they have to and they want to come into your apartment. How do they enter? Through what?
Door.
Good. Okay. Now think about when you walk like every time you move your feet, what are you doing? You are taking a
walk.
Yeah, but like, so
Step.
was it like step? So now
Okay.
put the first word that
Step
you said. They
door.
come, reverse them.
Doorstep.
Doorstep. It's the doorstep. Do you know what that is?
Okay.
The doorstep. The
Attraversando.
doorstep. The doorstep's like, when like the thing between your door and the outside is like, the thing that people have to cross to come into your flat. This is like
Apartment.
the doorstep. Yeah.
Okay.
So front house doorbell. Okay, good. Now, I don't know if we've had this one before. Oh, I'm not sure, if we've had this one before. Let's see. Well, you definitely didn't have it. So if you do something really bad and I call the officers and they come and they catch you, then they're going to do what to
Put
you?
you into the jail.
Before they do that, they have to do what?
Arrest.
They arrest you.
Okay.
They arrest you. Anyone else wants to be live, guys? So we
Yes,
have
please, together with me.
No, where all the men? Hi, Tiziano. We missed you last time we went live. It's always good to have you here. Okay, so we have doorstep from Matteo, and we have doorstep from Vincenzo, and we had handcuff from Daniela. But yeah, so you need a handcuff to arrest her. I don't think Antonella would like resist arrest. She would probably just go peacefully. I'm innocent. Okay, let's see if you know this one. This is not easy. But it's, we have a lot of proficient, advanced speakers. So this is someone who, what am I doing now? What's the action I'm doing? Like when the sounds come out of our mouth.
Talking.
Okay. So if I'm not very clear and I'm just like, maybe only like saying half of the sounds and you don't really understand me, what's the verb? So what am I doing? It's a verb. You can say like, someone was just.
It's like, not understanding you. I'm not understanding you, or.
Yeah, that's because I'm doing what? Because I'm not speaking clearly.
Yeah.
No, it's like it's when people aren't really. It's nothing to do with pronunciation. It's to do with like maybe they don't speak clearly. Maybe they eat half of their words. Maybe they don't have like coherent thoughts. And you're like, what are you on about? She was just all the time, and I didn't understand her. Let's see if someone else knows it. It's not an easy one. I'll just show it. Maybe people may be commenting, and sometimes I don't see that they're commenting. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Shall I show it?
Yeah, show me.
To mumble.
Mumble.
Have you heard?
No.
Yeah, mumbling or stop mumbling. Just like to mumble. It's like someone who doesn't speak clearly. Tiziano said borbottare. Yeah, so that's what it is. See, like, another reason why I like doing these videos is because my Italian improves as well. So this is very easy. So in the UK, they don't drink much coffee, but they drink much
tea.
What do they? Okay. So, and they have it usually not like at midnight, but when?
5 o'clock.
Yeah. So what period of that? What
tea
like time? What time of the day?
In the
Afternoon.
Okay.
Afternoon. And this one, hovercraft. Nope. Okay, so let's say I put you in a very, very uncomfortable situation, and then like you're not gonna be cold. You're gonna get very like warm
upset.
And what's gonna happen to your body temperature?
Increase.
Yeah, it's going to rise. Yeah, and then what happens when our body temperature rises? What do we do?
Got fever.
But like it's because because I put you in a very difficult situation, or because maybe like someone is challenging you, or you can't do something, or you went for a run. So what do? Like your body temperature increases.
Sweat.
Okay, sweat. Yeah, and so another word, more formal word for sweat.
Oh, I don't know.
More very formal. So we would definitely like use sweat, like Pier Francesco said, and also Matteo. But there's like a formal word to say sweat. Tiziana is saying blushing. Blushing is like, if you just blush.
Coming red,
Yeah. So I was saying stressed, embarrassed, yeah. So I was just like more looking for the physical reaction. So what's another formal word for sweat? And
steam. I'm steaming.
You start steaming. I'm sure someone might have written it. It just takes time to appear, and it's perspire. Have you heard that before?
No, never before. No.
Okay, so it's perspire.
Perspire.
Okay,
perspire.
So I couldn't say sweat. I said hot. Did I say hot, or did I say like your body temperature? Okay, someone said it here. Roberto, where is it? Roberto Casula had actually said it. And Daniela Montanini had actually said, okay, so it's perspire. Good. All right, let's do. No one else wants to join, guys. Good.
Why not?
You did really well, Antonella, joining. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is, think about an animal that is very good at climbing trees and eating bananas.
Monkey?
Okay, think about a big one. And they also say that we are one, like, there's also like a film, Planet of the...
oh my God. Not Planet of the Monkey. It was Planet... Yeah. I don't remember the word.
Think about a round fruit that's red.
Orange.
Red or yellow or green. They say one a day keeps the doctor away.
Apple.
Yeah, so it's like that animal has like the first 3 letters that you can find in this word. So think about the animal. Ape, good. So that's it. That was a very roundabout way. So you have Matteo saying ape, Michela saying ape, and Stefania saying ape. Okay. And as we're on the topic, so they say, speaking about apes, they say that apes are our what? So like, the people that came before you that are kind of, like your forebearers. I can't use. So they're like our great
people that arrived before us, but I don't exactly.
But they're like, this is like where you trace your origin to them. So who are they? Who would these people be? So for example, you can say, like, when you speak about, I don't know, like your grandfather, but maybe like from 5 generations back, like that. Yeah, someone's already written it. Then you would talk about ancestors. Daniela Montanini,
right.
Ancestors, yeah. And so they say that the apes are our ancestors. And there's a very fascinating book I read about this. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So this is something that, here in Italy, you use very often to describe the office of lawyers and maybe also of doctors, etc., and of like, I don't know, accountants. Yeah, exactly. It's like, in England, like in English, it's more like for artists or, something like for recording, or like a studio flat, which is like, like a monolocale. Okay, we'll do one more and then we will release Antonella to have two cats. One of them is definitely barking. Just kidding. Okay. Okay, let's see if you. Well, I'm sure you will know this one. Think about Paris. So we're talking about which country?
France.
France. Okay. So now think about a very big upheaval that took place, in the 17th century. I'm not sure. So basically, when they used to be upset, maybe with their king or their queen, what would they do to them? So like when they stormed the Bastille, for example, what was happening? What was going on in France? Like not a rebellion, but something much bigger. Much bigger
war.
Yeah, and there was like when the people rise up and they create the war, what is it?
Insurrection.
Someone's saying revolution, so now we can say revolution. And so what did they do, for example, to Louis the 16th and to Marie Antoinette? What did they do to them? How did they kill them? Yeah, but how? What instrument did they use? They pull it. You pull this instrument up, and then you let it go, and it like drops on someone.
No, the sword. No, oh my gosh.
It's a French word. It's a French instrument, and it's very. So no one knows. Head cutting.
Really.
Head guillotine. Well done, Gabriella.
Guillotine.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, good. That was really good.
Yeah, me too. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Someone's been decapitating, guillotine. Okay, good. So it was lovely to have you on, Antonella.
Yeah.
And so, are you back to work now, or are you still working from home? What's happening?
Home. No, I finished. Okay. Just resting.
Yeah. Okay, so are you enjoying kind of being at home and?
Yeah. I work till 6 o'clock, and then I'm at home resting till Monday. I'm free.
So till Monday, but then during Monday, do you go back to the office or do you work from home?
No.
Okay,
you go back to directly go back to the office. Yes, but I just worked at home for a few days.
Okay. But did you like it when you worked from home, or do you prefer going?
No, I am old style. I prefer to go to the office to have my papers, my position, my things. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Well, as long as you like. I mean, I think so. Like the funny thing is, I think some people didn't mind the lockdown because they could work from home. Like, they liked it for that reason. And for me, it's like, I always work from home. Like I've been working from home ever since I've moved to Italy, except for like a short time when I did go and work for someone else. And so for me, like, it's not an added benefit of the lockdown. So the lockdown was just like, where's our freedom? Why can't we go out? And my friends are like happy, like they're working from home. I'm like, so
I'm not used.
Yeah. So you like to go, like get ready in the morning, get dressed, go out.
To have my colleagues to stay together, to go to the production and check. Personally.
Nice. And do you have a long drive, or is it like a short commute?
Just 5 kilometers. It depends on the traffic. In the morning.
Oh, you're breaking up.
30 minutes, but for lunchtime or in the evening, just 10 minutes. I can go back.
Brilliant. Yeah. 5 kilometers is nothing. That's really
nothing.
Like when I was in London, I used to drive 40 kilometers to work. Oof. And I had to leave. Yeah, I had to leave I remember 20 past 7 to avoid the traffic. Like if I left my house at 20 past 7, then I could be there really quickly. Otherwise, the traffic was horrendous. But I did that.
Didn't you use the tube, or
because before I moved around a bit. I was in Surrey, and so when I was in Surrey, I lived locally to where I worked, and then I moved to Twickenham, and I could take the train. And then when I was in central London, it would take so long, so it was easier for me to just drive in and come back. So for that part, I think for 3 years, I kind of just commuted by car. The other time I was tube, etc. So so if you work in London, absolutely the tube.
Car is not necessary.
No, absolutely. Car, you don't even need a car, because I worked my situation was odd, because normally people work in London and they live outside of London. But for those years, I lived in London and worked outside of London. Yeah, I was outside. So it was very, very odd. So that's why. But that was so that was my routine, my reality.
Yeah.
So someone is saying, Vincenzo is saying, office working or smart working, to be or not to be, this is the question. Yeah. Like I said in another video in English, we don't really use smart working as a term. We say to work from home. So like if you say to someone, do you do smart working? They won't really understand. It's like, what do you mean? I'm always smart working because I'm a smart worker.
I'm brilliant, it means.
Yeah, it means I'm a brilliant worker. So people are saying, I like smart working. Someone's saying Robespierre, so like, in reference to the guillotine and the, and the chopping of the heads. And Pier Francesco loves working from home. Yeah, like I've been working from home for 4 years now, and I just love it. Like,
really,
I really love it. But I'm also very like, work. Yeah, so I'm like I sometimes work more than people who go to the office because like you just and
you
then
have no time.
But it just depends, but it depends. Like it depends also like what kind of work you do. So if you need to do work where you just like focus on writing or creating or doing, then then it's perfect to work from home because you don't have any interruptions. But if your work has a social aspect to it, like you work in exports, you have lots of contacts, like you have other people in the team that you kind of need to confer with, etc. So that's very, very different. So it depends from like job to job. So Roberto is saying the solution is easy: one day at home and a day in the office. Yeah, maybe some companies are going to offer more flexibility now and just see what works. Also, what would be good is to see what works best for every person, because people work differently. Some people may be more efficient working at home, some people may be more efficient going into the office. So the problem would be for you, Antonella, it's like, if you go to the office and then your colleagues who you need to be there aren't there.
Yeah. I prefer to cooperate, to have a team, to have a chat too.
Exactly. We have Michaela saying, I'm a teacher, I work from home, distance. So like you teach online. Absolutely. Like teaching online is incredible. Like I've also discovered for children, like I wouldn't have thought before the lockdown, but I teach children online as well, like during this lockdown, and it's been working amazingly. So like I wouldn't have thought.
Follow the lesson in the same way.
Yeah, like the one thing that I decided from the beginning was not to, because I had like these courses that were running, and what I decided is like, not to have all children online at the same time. Like my courses were like the very small groups between 4 and 6 children at a time, and I decided to split them, like have 2 kids in one lesson. And that works. And what works even better is like one-to-one lessons, individual lessons. It's just, you can't do the big groups, you lose them. Like you see, then, they start playing with the online software. So you kind of like need your full attention.
You can keep attention in a small group.
So it's better to have like a small group, shorter time is what I did. So rather than do 1.5 hours, 6 students, you say, okay, half an hour. So it's still the same, time for me. They get less hours, but they get much more out of like 30 minutes than if they're just sitting there for 1.5 hours and not getting much attention. So okay, great to have you, Antonella. I'm pleased to have met you. Say hi to your partner.
Yeah.
Okay. Say marhaba. Marhaba means
it's not here. It's not here.
Okay. All right, and really, really great that you've joined me. I loved it. It was great not to be kind of like the only one talking. And guys, thank you very much for joining as well. And I hope you will follow Antonella's example
next time,
and
please.
join us next time. Yeah, it was amazing. Really good. Good night and
Ciao.
thank you. Take care. Bye.
You.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.